Hendrix was on edge. And the infected behind their wall, away from the rest of us. The undead weren't over. This place was the epicenter of the epidemic. The 2060 coalescence disaster created the cursed world we lived in today. Any activity at this...
What the fuck? I'm checking out the Nightmare. Black Ops 3. Just checked it out before. But, I'm gonna do a little snippet there.
We should have known that the ASP was infested. If we were gonna bring it down, we'd need to disable its shield and find a rocket launcher. Hendrix had a bad feeling about this. He wasn't the only one. I knew we shouldn't be there.
Motherfucker, where is the rocket launcher? Fuck.
Hendrix had a bad feeling about this. He wasn't the only one. I knew we shouldn't be there. Alright, so might have some buddies coming in. We're gonna check this out.
highly doubt it, but they're not accepting my damn party invite to join into it. I got a couple party requests. I ain't going to this one. Bill's the only one in his, and Joe's the only one in his. He playing. Oh, I'm totally different. I do not. Fuck it. Alright. Back to it then, yeah.
Coalescence. Enhance yourself for a better tomorrow. They'd been the forefront of technology, always wanting to improve the individual, the future of you.
What happened? What went wrong?
The Coalescence disaster happened. Virus 6115 spread throughout Singapore and strains popped up all over the world. Governments built these quarantine zones to house the undead. A way for the populace to ignore what was happening. 10 years on, and it had worked. We put it out of mind. Ignorance was bliss.
What was so special about this operation?
It was supposed to be recon, search and rescue. It's just what dead killers do.
Hey bro, I gotta get
But we'd never been sent after one of our own before. John Taylor's systems had gone quiet. With our direct neural interface, we're hardwired into Winslow Accord servers. Observation knew if you were dead or alive. For Taylor to be neither, that was unusual. We located an EMF source and uploaded it to Central. It was a 54 immortal audio log, detailing unusual activity coming from the server room at the lowest level of the building.
Oh.
It couldn't have been more than a week old. Probably why Taylor's team had been sent to investigate. Hendricks activated a recon drone to scan for life. We picked up a signal coming from far below. As we stood there in the atrium, I felt like Alice. And we were about to jump down the rabbit hole.
Oh. More base.
Our drone picked up activity ahead. We should have known we weren't alone down here. Our drone picked up activity ahead.
Nightmares.
We should have known we weren't alone down here. Abandoned with one directive: kill the dead. Years later, they're still killing. But with decrepit programming, somehow humans had been added to their kill list, indistinguishable from our brainless counterparts. The strange behavior was observed in multiple quarantine zones. Another nuisance for us to deal with while on recon. We moved on.
Fuck. Sorry, dude, I can't help it. Well, I have a little time.
We reached the silo's floor, but the signal came from lower still. Below coalescence.
Did you have any inkling of what waited for you?
No. In hindsight, we should have put it together. But the fact of the matter, that day was supposed to be like any other.
What did you find below Coalescence?
A CIA black project. Project Corvus. Unknown to the world, and unknown to most people in the know. As off the record as it got. A redacted footnote in Langley's history book. Part of me wishes we just turned back.
Why?
It would have been easier. For me. For Hendricks. For the world.
Is it such a bad... Those who find fate thrust upon them rarely do. human testing lab. What awaited you there?
We found the truth. The cause of the disaster.
You are certain of this?
We didn't have the full picture. Not yet. But this was the source. We knew coalescence was where the virus originated, but residue of 6115 in the air left no doubt. This was where it all began. When the disaster happened, hundreds of thousands died instantly. And they were the lucky ones. Because when the rest of Singapore inhaled 6115, they changed. From the living into the living dead. These test subjects, they were linked together, connected with a direct neural interface. Their minds hardwired into the central server. Hendricks didn't like what he saw. You knew something was wrong. The same tech in our own heads made us what we were. It was down here in this room. We didn't know what happened, but the data didn't lie. Man did what man always does, playing God and fucking everything up. We, the CIA, man, we created these things. We changed the world.
How do you mean, change the world?
The Winslow Accord and the Common Defense Pact. We'd been engaged in a Cold War for nearly a decade. 6115 changed that. When the dead walked among us, we set aside our differences. For all of your conflicts, you and your enemy had two things in common. You're both human, and you both want to stay that way.
Was this the source of the signal?
No, but it looked like Taylor had come through. Our answers were still further down.
I can't see. How the fuck?
Hit the up arrow. Yeah, through the door. Come on, let's go. Food, nigga, food. Water gonna slow you down. It's gonna slow you down. Got you one spot. Yeah, man, run around. Be careful. Oh, you get stuck. Oh. Right there, baby. Get back out that door right there. You threw it in the wrong spot. Now I'm almost killed yourself with it. Oh yeah. Who the fuck is that? Oh. You know where to go. Sometimes don't listen to me. You should start talking out and get gone. box. Look at the box. I found like you get fucking Is that door open yet?
When you found the server room, did you have any idea what you would uncover?
We couldn't have known. What we found was... We found Sebastian Diaz. One of Taylor's. Another dead killer. Our friend. He'd linked himself to the CIA server, connected directly with the Winslow Accord systems. He was deactivating defenses for the undead quarantine zones all over the world. Would let the flesh-eating hordes loose upon the living. It would end humanity. We had to stop him. The only way to stop him now was by destroying the server.
shit. 'Cause even this is proving too much for you right now. Get the ashtrays, make yourself useful. You alright, man. You just gotta practice on it, bro. It takes practice, man. I ain't talking shit. You come to multiplayer going against Joe, I suck ass, bro.
Yeah, I wanted to say this last night. Did you hear Jacob riding his dick the first time I come down here? Jacob, the first time I came down here and heard y'all play online, Jacob was riding Joey's dick so hard, bro. He was like, he said, that's Joey. He's known on the PSN. He is known.
Joe probably is known on
I bet,
that.
but still,
Motherfucker plays every
he's sitting
fucking
there telling
day.
the people that's beside him, like,